I know some of you saw my recent video on the Lockheed Electra Junior crash involving YouTubers Dan Gryder and Glenn Hancock. I actually pulled the video down a couple of days after I had posted it because the NTSB had released their preliminary report, and I wanted to incorporate some of their findings into my coverage. Primarily, they had found that a nut connecting the brake line at the right gear strut was only finger tight. They also found evidence of some brake fluid on the right gear and strut.
When I saw the airplane, because they'd already cleaned all that stuff up,
I reached out to Dan and we had a phone call. He gave me some additional information which I wanted to incorporate into my coverage.
You're not getting braking. It does not take very much of a compromise and you lose the whole thing.
Some of you might know that I publish safety articles for Flying Magazine, Twin and Turbine Magazine, and Redbird Flight Simulators. I'm going to publish a companion article to the updated video that I'm going to do about this crash at Twin and Turbine Magazine. Both of these will probably come out in the next couple of months. It just sort of depends on what the editor at Twin and Turbine Magazine wants to do. In the original video, I noted that it appeared as though the tailwheel lock was in the released and not locked position during takeoff. Not long after getting out of the hospital, Dan made a video saying that the handle was in the locked position, which would be the down position. Listen, Dan was on a lot of painkillers at the time, and it looks like he made an honest mistake.
On this particular flight, we did the checklist perfectly, immaculately. The tail wheel was locked. Got so much drugs in me right now.
On takeoff, in the video I showed, I thought it was in the locked position, and then I went back and looked. I can't tell if the position that I showed was actually unlocked. Now that I go back and think about it, I don't actually know which way it was in.
To be clear, all the evidence, including video evidence, indicates that the tail wheel lever was in the unlocked position during takeoff and initial climb out. Adding a strange twist to all of this, the NTSB found the tail wheel handle in the down, locked position when they examined the aircraft the next day.
Tail wheel needs to be locked. You got to have good operational brakes and a locked tail wheel to prevent the aircraft from ground looping.
Quoting from the report, the tail wheel lock control lever was found in the locked position, but the locking tab mechanism on the tail wheel assembly was unlocked. I'm looking forward to diving a little more into this. I also want to emphasize how intense the rescue was of the 3 occupants.
Our thanks to the first responders turned out to a small army out there, getting people and resources and everything out there. It truly made a huge difference.
Dan had a camera as well. The footage that Dan published online comes from that camera. At some point, the footage from the back seat might end up on the public docket. So we may have a little bit more information when the NTSB finalizes their report. We'll see what the NTSB makes of it at the end of the day. It's not too hard to guess at probable cause. Loss of hydraulic fluid resulting in degraded performance of the right brake during the rollout, which resulted in an uncontrolled turn to the left. I have a sneaking suspicion that the failure of the tail wheel to be in the locked position is going to be considered a contributing factor by the NTSB. I don't think that Dan will agree with that, and he has a reasonable argument to back that up.
Well, DC-3, I make it take off with the tail wheel locked. On the Beech-18 and the Lockheed, I prefer it to be unlocked. To tell you the truth, I don't pay any attention to it because on the little airplanes, I call them little, Beech-18 and Lockheed, I want to feel the airplane. I want that tail to be able to move. I've got my feet on the rudders. I'm going to put that tail where I want it to be. The Lockheed was built without a tail wheel lock. They only put it on when people started crashing them and the non-tail wheel guys started doing stupid stuff. They put a tail wheel lock. And really, the only time I ever used a tail wheel lock on a Beech-18 or the Lockheed was on long, straight taxiways when I'm taxiing, and it's kind of like an autopilot. It'll help you keep it straight a lot easier with that thing locked.
I'm looking forward to seeing the resolution to this. I think it's an interesting story. It includes YouTubers, an antique aircraft, a crash, a rescue, and a controversy. It's a period piece with a 1936 Electra Junior. Everyone survived. Other than their injuries, what's not to like about it? Anyways, continuing to wish a speedy recovery to Dan, Glenn, and the other occupant in the airplane. Tip of the hat to the first responders, some of whom were civilians who just happened to be in the area. To the firefighters who didn't want to approach an aircraft that was bleeding fuel, backfiring, spitting flames, engine impromptu spitting out of control, but who finally steeled up and got inside the aircraft to figure out how to shut the right engine down. There's still some heroes out there. All right, that's all I've got. You can click off before the ads run that pay me. Just click and subscribe, the notification bell first. I'll wait.